What's up, motherfuckers?
This week's episode of the Deck Chair and Yumz podcast is brought to you by Mickey. Where's our fucking curtain? As you can see, you're all very welcome to this week's episode of Deck Chair and Yumz podcast. We are in what seems to be the Matrix loading bay. We are awaiting for shelves of guns to appear. As you know, Mickey is away to Australia, so in his place, in the deck chair is folded probably 3 times by this stage. But in his place, we have the drum stool. We give you like that?
Very nice.
Mr. Ronan Mullan, my co-host of Best of the Best podcast, extraordinary lover,
Correct.
Drummer for the Rockets,
Correct.
and all-round fucking just scumbag.
Correct.
Yes, completely
Nailed. Fucking top to bottom.
So yes, you're all very welcome. So you're the first guest in this spell of Mickey's trip to the Oz. So you're our first one. So we thought we'd go with non-comedian at this stage.
Yeah, that's good.
So now there's no pressure on you now to be funny.
There never was.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
And I'm never funny, so this is going to be a fucking weird episode.
Yep.
So it's nice to be talking to another adult that doesn't have ADHD.
Is that it?
That's what Mickey's thing is.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's
Oh, right,
his thing,
okay.
yeah. I think that's what it is. We've self-diagnosed. When I say I have self-diagnosed. But yeah, so thank you very much for coming in. And
Thank you for having me.
This is a weird one because normally me and you are sitting in a room with no cameras on us.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, we have the face for audio.
Well.
And, this is a strange scenario because normally you're like, this is what we're going to do. This is what, we do. If anybody hasn't listened to Best of the Best, why are you not fucking listening? More to the point.
I love that you're looking at cameras and stuff. It's great.
We are very professional here. This was weird for you.
I know, it's so weird. You're like, what?
So yes, we have. We normally do a TV show, a movie, or an album, and then we dissect it, or I should say, you dissect it, and I sort of listen.
Well, let's be honest. You usually start the ball rolling,
I get it going, and then just shut up.
and then you can sort of. Somebody has to steer the fucking boat, like.
It's basically the exact same as this podcast.
Yeah.
It's just like pull the string and let him go. Just that's it. So yeah, that's been going. We are quite bad in keeping up with it weekly. We were good for a while, but that was lockdown, so that was nice to be able to do.
We could shout at that a lot online.
We do get a lot
By
of
people I don't know.
we do get a lot of grief for why are we not doing it as often as we should. So the last one we did was The Godfather, but I think we've done 70 something. Is that right? Something along that.
Yeah, there's a lot, but
and they've all been so varied and so.
they have been varied. So some have been criticised for, let's say, we get a bit too personal with things.
Yep, that can happen too. Yeah, because it should be completely based on the topic matter.
Yeah,
but there are tangents, of course.
There are tangents. Housing crisis would be one for.
Yes.
Yeah, that we ended up losing the round of ourselves for about 25 minutes, and that fucking bastard at the bike. You're like, no, don't do that. But no, we're usually pretty good at keeping to the subject at hand. But I think it's more fun when. I've said this on an episode of a podcast where I think more people listen to it now because there's a wee bit more of a personal sort of touch to it.
And it's not like this where we're sort of topical each week. Not topical, but you can jump in and out of ours at any time because they're just covering that topic. So this is so surreal. Obviously anybody listening doesn't give a fuck, but anybody watching is going to go, what is going on with the shadows? What's going on in the background? We've got Pedro still there writing off per hour. Mickey didn't take him, but we got Orlando. We're in transition. We're transitioning. We are moving floors within this building, but we're hoping to get a new permanent. Promise you, it's going to be permanent this time. A studio, so that we will have our own.
And this is
within this building, yeah.
Okay.
So we're trying to figure that out at the moment, but that's why. So the drape had to go back to the guy who owned it. So thank you to
Drape guy,
Mr. Caldwell.
It's your strips.
And then I just forgot to fucking put something up.
Hey,
working back in.
I don't give a shit.
We could have done a green screen, but that would have been fucking weird.
What, like with
we could have had you the sofa just
like
sitting
bananas and shit floating around? I don't know.
just sitting in the middle of Times Square on a red sofa. So yes, that's where it looks so strange. It feels so strange because normally it's quite dark, which is the way we should be. We shouldn't be this well lit.
Nothing that looks like this should be well lit. But Pedro looks good.
Pedro's always looking good. Pedro's in the corner keeping an eye on things. I don't know if Mickey's put a wee nanny cam in there, but I don't know. He's probably touching himself over in Oz there at the moment.
What is he doing? He's on tour.
He's on tour. Okay. He's doing, multiple dates, but I seen he's already at the gym. In the skyscraper.
Takes a lot of work to look at good.
He was working out, you know what I mean, just to keep all the fucking shite he's going to be eating for 6 weeks' time. But so he's away for 6 weeks. So this is our first week of a guest. So I have lined up a mixture of people I know and comedians and all different types. So each week there will be a new person. So I'll get the questions up earlier than I did today. Sorry about that. Mickey normally deals with that shit.
Was that because you thought I was going to flake on this?
That's because, you didn't respond to my message, and I thought, I'm not putting up asking for questions for Ronan Mullan, and then I have to get Ronan Boyle or something.
Here. He's a fantastic alternative.
He'll be maybe there at some point too. So yes, I don't know how to explain you to people.
It's a mixed bag. It's a hosh-posh. We've known each other pretty much our whole lives.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. And I mentioned, obviously, musical end of things. Mm-hmm. You being an elite drummer. I'm going to call you an elite drummer, yeah. But
on record? On fucking record now.
On record. But also the guy that got me shoved out of a band because he was a better drummer than me.
Let's just pause. I did... No. Tell the truth now. I came from stupid school to smarty school. Swede Collins will know that reference. Swede Collins, anytime anybody does something stupid, he goes, some pats. And he shoots it out. So I came from stupid school to smarty school. Didn't really improve smarts in any way whatsoever, myself personally, but I wasn't doing music.
No.
And I was. You were. And I ended up just being in the music department, and the teacher, God love him, just said, Kevin Sweeney, who was playing guitar at the time, said, you know how to play the drums? I was like, yeah. And he goes, go on, just play the drums there. And then I was the drummer. That was all I did. You make it out like I supplanted and did something bad.
I'm just saying I was the drummer of the band. You know?
That's bullshit.
And then, now, here's the sad reality. I knew.
What did you know?
I knew what was going to happen.
But you brought me to the music room.
Listen, I knew what was going to happen. Inevitably, it was going to happen. You know, I knew what level of drumming you were capable of. The only thing I was hoping for, I've never prayed for anybody to fail their GCSEs.
Stupid school, smart school.
But I was hoping and praying, don't let that fucker come across here, because if he does, I'm redundant. I'm sure as fuck redundant.
Not only did you bring me to the music room, you put me in front of that teacher who took you out of the...
I thought maybe they might have...
No, you weren't out of the band completely.
No.
Because you're a fantastic singer.
They let me go into the backing vocals, which again was a bad mistake, because I can't really sing that well.
You can't sing.
Can't harmonise. Sorry, I should say. Can't harmonise. Either all attention or none. You know the way I am, Ron. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But so we got past that. It took us about 15 years, but we got past that.
I got past it like the day after.
You didn't give a flying fuck.
I didn't care. It was just fun as fuck to me. Like, I didn't have to go to do English literature. They kept bringing me down to the music department to play.
I was stuck in class hearing things in time. I was like, what a bastard.
It was good, correct.
Imagine I'm able to drum in time. That would be lethal. I'd love to do that. So yes, we recovered from that. But so I mean, this is where the sort of best of the best came about from. Was the two of us kind of been nerd-like in our love for all things movie and TV. Maybe not so much music, because we bifurcate.
Yes, that's the exact word I was thinking of. You know,
that's the word. When it comes to our tastes, but I do believe TV and movie were okay.
Oh, it was like...
So the earliest one I remember us getting drunk and dissecting was Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Which appropriately was our first episode, I think.
Yeah.
So that was way back when like the early 90s to
Easily.
94, 95. So I know Seinfeld had been on, but it was just we didn't get it, and if we did get it, it was late. Where was it first aired? Was it BBC Two or
BBC
something?
Two.
BBC Two.
Late night BBC Two as well.
So considering now how mainstream it is, it was seen as very alternative back then.
Isn't it like the most streamed, apart from Friends, that Seinfeld's the most? Like,
I would say so. Yeah. So somebody told me some scandalous, like there's 100 and something episodes or something. When you count 9 seasons, and 6 or 7 of them were full seasons, I suppose. Yeah, it would be over 150. So that's where it first started, and then we continued to get drunk and talk shite for years. And then,
I got drunk.
Yeah, well, that's right.
You didn't get drunk.
Yeah.
You got
maybe
a wee bit.
Maybe not in later years, but in earlier years there was.
Oh, I know, that's fair enough. I do have a very vivid memory of being in your home, like your home, with your mum and dad, and being absolutely railroaded drunk with your father, and then us just being out in the street, not doing anything, just roaming about Hunter's Crescent.
I'd probably
Piashed. And there was a lot of children piashed in Hunter's Crescent at that time. I don't know why.
It was.
I don't know how. It just happened.
It just happened.
But no, it was those sort of times where we were talking about things like Seinfeld, and then I remember later years, you were a big exponent of fucking DVD box sets. You had everything.
That's right.
And I remember stealing The Sopranos from you, like season 3 or 4, and then you having a major huff because you forgot who you lent it to. And then you were doing that sort of, somebody stole my fucking, and I was like, oh, no, man. That was me all the time. I was like, oh, fuck. That was me. So I think I might have just dropped it in one day. I mean, like, oh, this?
Oh, you this me thing?
But no, that's where it sort of grew from. But it was natural because that's what we all sat and talked about, like films and TV shows and music, and like one of our first guests was fucking Bundy, Colin Cairns, like, and it was just because we could naturally have talked about that no matter what. Like, it didn't have to be a podcast. It didn't have to be anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If anybody had a microphone and a recorder back in the day, we'd have some fucking cracking episodes.
It would have been heavily edited. Because
there would have been a 2-hour session would have been 25 minutes, and what could have been broadcast. But
we like I said to you before, the reason that me and you just sitting in McCann that one day, and you mentioned podcast, and I didn't even listen to a podcast.
That's
I didn't hear. There was nothing I was into podcast wise. And it was after you said that to me, I went, fuck, I must hear what the crack is with something. Yeah. And I got addicted to a few of them. But it wasn't like we're going to do that. It was just one day you were like, no, we're doing it now.
Yeah, so it's kind of, that's exactly how it happened too. McCann's is responsible for a lot of dastardly plans that may have come to fruition. But and then we started and we kicked off, and that's where the deck chair came about then, because he realised I had access to equipment, and more importantly, I knew how to turn them on.
Yes.
Because he didn't, and still doesn't know how to turn, much like his woman. It doesn't know. I'm allowed to say it, he's away, fuck him. I
was going to say something really sexy about him there, but you went the other way.
I'll go the other way, because only then will I know if he's actually listened back. So,
do you get phone calls?
You have to put it into the middle, because then you'll know he's listened. But if he hasn't, you can't just do it at the start, because you're like, I heard you slagging me. So I'll wait to hear. I'll wait this time. And none of you fuckers clip it and send it to him. Just let him find it out naturally if he does do it. Because, rightly, he'll be like, I'm not watching that because I'm not there.
No, he won't. He knows I'm
not. He doesn't like you.
Me and him have a thing. DMs.
You're my Gumar. Whenever she's away, sure, you may as well bring in.
Shouldn't film it though.
No, we definitely shouldn't film. Well, I don't know. It depends. Nev's here too. So that's where that came about, and then, as I say, Bartlett then asked me about that, about this madness and chaos. But it's been it's a weird time for podcasts in general and comedy, as it was from somebody like yourself from the outside of the comedy scene looking in. Yeah. But you still would have a good awareness of the podcasting scene too. Like it's really, like, I mean, it's been about for 20 years obviously, but it's really come into full force this last 4 or 5. It's
major. It's like people will happily subscribe to and pay for more podcasts than they will listen to the news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is, great.
It's fucking it's a dream result. Yeah,
that's a great thing for someone that's in this platform. But you got to be worried about people's intelligence at some point.
Well, yeah, we've always said on this one, especially on the Just Rabbit Now, it's like, don't come to us. Like somebody sent us advice for medical stuff. Like, no, we're two comedians.
Yeah.
Remember that at all times, no matter what's been said or anything else.
This is exceptional crack
Yeah,
for us. Do not take
it
as...
but at a, you know, and then it became a point where fuck everybody had a podcast. You know what I mean? Everybody's a podcast, and you do find that some will pop up and they'll last, and some won't last, and it is a slog. Like, you have to keep at it. You have to keep going. That's a good thing about ours is with Best of the Best, you can have a couple of months gap. Because it's not like, oh, we have to catch up with people, because it's straight into a new topic.
Yeah,
we're
not. It's not based on the environment we're in. Like, it's like,
so some of the guys, as you know, Geddes and McCartney and McCann and all them ones, and Shane, obviously. Well, maybe even not Shane, because he's always got a guest, but the ones who have to do it solo, you know, I fair play to him. I find like Geddes will do, you know, he's got it obviously with guests, but he does his own solo one on Patreon, and I find that fucking would be a daunting task. Like.
Would for me too, but I thought somebody like you would be able to do it.
I did one last night for the Just Rabbit On. I did it from the Shed of Truth. Haven't recorded in the shed in a long time.
I missed the shed.
And so I did it last night. It was weird, I have to say. It was kind of strange. Especially because it's the Just Rabbit On one, where normally it's just Mickey in the background going, holy fuck. Fuck off.
Is that his realities of things that when you tell me, I do the same thing?
But I go, like,
sir. Fuck off, sir.
Well, he doesn't in the eyebrows. Fuck off. But yeah, so that's where it's a wee bit different. The dynamic changes. The whole thing changes about. So the main episode, Mickey doesn't fuck up, and I just sit and listen. And the other one around, I don't fuck up, and he just sits and listens. It's a perfect dream team. That's what it is.
I did say that to someone. It's like, you do our one just to relax.
Yeah.
You do this one, and your brain's fucking melted.
It's like caring for somebody. Because this is the thing, and you know, especially now if he's still listening, he'll love this part. But like, it's like intense training.
Yeah,
been with that every week.
Yeah.
Now you have to try and condense it. You know what I mean? You have to try and keep it contained, because if you let that loose, that could go on for 6 hours. Like, there would be no stopping that fucking man.
He's so good.
He's so fucking good. It's relentless. So you need to try and corral it a wee bit. And that's usually my job. Is just to, bring it back here, Mike, because he's away.
I do it to my dog.
Like a teacher when you've given them a bit of group work and they all get too mad. You go, no, too far. And then it's been like that every week for 3 fucking years now.
That's the band I play in. The bass player Liam Donnelly. I sound check first, and sometimes, like, I'll do it for a wee bit longer than normal, and like he'll be doing the Monday, because he knows I'm about to start playing Slayer, like, at a fucking wedding, and he'll be like, and like, there's a Cannibal Corpse song called Hammer Smashed Face, and Hammer Smashed Face. Yes, it's beautiful,
perfect,
and that's my reference to Ronnie's Gone Too Far. Niall will go Hammer Smashed Face. Liam and Niall.
That's the safe word, is it?
Oh, it's like a safe word. One time they were like all on this fucking lovely family holiday, like Liam Donnelly, his wife Amanda, Niall and his wife Jill, and like the kids and stuff. And they sent me a video of them all sitting like serenely drinking wine, listening to Hammer Smashed Face. It was brilliant, because like them people hate the music I just like you.
Yeah.
They hate the music I listen to.
Yeah.
So for them to do that, to take the absolute piss out of me, was just...
Well, so this is... Well, we should cover that now then. So, I mean, your music taste is not to my taste.
It's perfect.
Everybody is entitled to their own taste.
I
heard you recently on somebody else's podcast talk about me and some love for Hoodie and Blowfish, which was there when I was maybe 16.
Still there.
It's not there anymore. It's Darius that I love. But I don't care if the rest of the band's only the singer I want. No,
is that his name?
Darius Rucker. He's one of the biggest country stars in the world at the moment. You know that?
Oh, Connor, don't make me ill.
He's even done Wagon Wheel.
My Wagon Wheel?
Your Wagon Wheel. We'll get to that soon. Don't worry about that. So, yeah, I mean, what would be the number one genre that you would listen to? Because I can never give it the right title.
I Probably death metal.
Is it death metal? I always
Probably
say thrash metal, but death metal would be right. Okay,
death metal will be where I probably go to the most.
And you have played me tracks before.
I have tried.
They're called tracks apparently. I don't know what they're of, but apparently it's
You're at it.
technically music, I suppose. Depends what way you look at it. The last time you played me something, right?
Was this our year recap?
Yes.
Yes. Is that the one with your brother and he drove off a cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to you at one point, "What are you listening for there?"
Uh-huh.
And you're like, it's just drums at this stage.
Yeah, it's just drums.
It's like so.
Just hate. I want to hear hate. And I get it. And it makes me happy. I don't know why. But
well, in fairness, I hate it. So there you
yes,
are.
you did it. You fucking hated it. It was incredible to watch this man's eyes go from just staring at me to what?
I find it hard to distinguish as to what it is you're. As a music fan of all genres, apart from dance music, don't do dance music. Sorry,
I don't mind dance music.
I don't. If it's a remix of a famous song that I know,
Are you talking like fucking
I could do that.
ABBA or something?
Aye, like if you had a song and you knew it was a dance version of it, I could live with that.
No, I can't live with
Dance
that.
tunes in general, I can't. Daft Punk, maybe as far as I go. That's about
I was at a gig not 3 weeks ago
right.
by a band called Left to Die.
Of course,
Now, these are ex-members of a band called Death.
of course.
And, of course, it being fucking Dublin, there's always one scene in it.
Of course.
There was a boy that tried to get up, or sorry, didn't try. He got up on the stage and took the lead singer's microphone and started talking. Where's all the boys from Kerry? With his shirt off, and I was giving it to this fucking numpty here. And I knew, because the bouncer walked over, and the bouncer was a sound boy in Whelan's in Dublin, and he was standing, and he just walked over and just gracefully went,
guided him.
just get down, you fuck. So the bouncer then was raging because he had to stand on the stage then the whole time in case that kid got up again. Anyway, that kid, the minute he hits the floor, the whole crowd just boom, sucks on top of him like, don't make us look like dicks, you fucking. Anyway,
The mosh pit fucking
the
justice.
mosh pit at him.
Oh, aye.
So anyway, there's two bands supporting, right? Me and Decky don't down with me. Me and Decky walk in. First band started about 3-4 minutes after we get through, pint in, settled. The band walks past you because the fucking backstage there's behind.
Yeah, that's
so the
right,
band has to walk past you to get up on the stage. And of course, the main band's equipment's on the stage. So the support band is in front.
Oh,
So they're right at
right
the
at
lip of the
edge.
stage.
Oh, jeez.
So the boys get up, no time to fuck around, like plugged in. And the boys at the flat out, and I was like, lethal. This is lethal. But you can't distinguish where this band's from because
Yes.
the band had just come off a US tour, so this is the first gig in Europe. So
Right,
I'm like, this is boys from America or something. And in between songs, he's not talking in a voice that is his voice. He's doing the, hey, everybody, we're from fucking Blue. And I was at the boys in it.
Right.
Just really in it. So
Fucking
anyway.
in full method mode.
Whoa!
Jesus, oh.
The boy then, end of the set, everybody's like, fuck, these boys are lethal. And he gets the, thanks very much, we're from Galway. I nearly choked. I go, oh! Like it just, thanks very much, we're from Galway. I was like, fucking hell, boys. And then he's walking past me and Decky, you know, he's going, oh, thanks very much. I was like, this is fucking brilliant. Boys up the road, like,
When it doesn't fucking
Wrecking, like.
doesn't fit whatsoever. Like, yeah.
but we go to a lot of gigs, like, and the amount of boys you meet, they're like, oh, we play in a band. Like, you're like, all right, what are you calling? They're like, fucking rape pig. What? The fuck? Aye?
Some of the names of the bands you listen. Never mind the fucking noise they make, but some of the
Pig Destroyer, the best band in the world.
Which one?
Pig Destroyer.
Pig Destroyer.
Pig Destroyer.
Excellent.
I swear to God, Pig Destroyer, the best
Go
band in
check
the world.
them out.
Have you not heard Pig Destroyer?
No.
Oh, man. Seriously.
Are there anything to?
Hooligan Bowfish? No.
Are there anything to pigs?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Raging.
Should be, though.
They should support them.
Yeah. Oh. Pig Fest?
Oh, I'm hungry now. But so the last time you played, as I say, I tried to distinguish. You couldn't even distinguish where the guitar was. You couldn't. I just don't know how.
It's not something you can walk into like it's not like a
Yeah. But here's the thing: I do know from watching you. I've went and seen. I've seen you play numerous times. We'll come to that in a bit. But I've seen you in a thrash metal band recently in the last number of years, and holy fuck,
it's good fun.
it's good fun watching you, but I was fucking done out after like a second
Oh,
song.
man.
Just watching.
Like,
How are you doing that for that length of time?
me and a friend of mine, like, have the running challenges in Garmin.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it excelled from step challenges to running challenges to this, that, and another. Anyway, like, we were neck and neck for challenges for steps for a month.
Right.
And all I did was hit cardio when I played one, and I mean a wedding set, nothing fucking major. Like,
Yeah.
and I had got like 33,000 steps in 2 hours. Just fucking
Just
lefty
fucking, yeah.
righties, like. But it's when I hit record the time I did the death metal gig.
Mm-hmm. Gone. Just
Boys, the dear. It was like 3,500 calories burnt in an hour.
you walked to Kenya.
And I was going, what? I never walked half the fucking world. But it was the craziest thing because I walked off and like we had to go, it was in Oma, we played in Oma. I walked back to the like sort of area where we'd set up and I couldn't stop sweating for like 3 hours. It was just like, and everybody's going, Jesus. And I went, it was good fun. We've practiced it before. And they went, no. Have you ever played it for the full time? I was like, no. Yeah.
Well,
like there was this Polish guy watching me the whole time, and he was like,
I seen you come out wearing shorts. I was like, what the fuck's you wearing? And after the first song, I was like, oh, that's why he's wearing shorts. The fucking rate you were going.
Betty.
And so then, yeah, so this is the weird thing then. For all the years then we've been together as a couple.
Correct.
All the years of all the shit. And then you're playing Wagon Wheel.
Yes.
This is what I never thought I'd see the day.
Yes.
Because when we played in bands, anything remotely classed as anything poppy or mainstream was thrown out the window, along with me. Mm-hmm. And it takes a lot of throwing. But you're now doing, like Ed Sheeran and stuff, and like Wagon Wheel Off by Heart. No, money just?
Not just money, it's for the love of the game. Yeah, no, wait,
It's fucking money.
it's not just money. Like I like the people I play in the band with, and I like what I do.
Well, you have to.
I like them.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's fun playing anything with them, and they're all really fucking talented. So it's
that is the thing. You're
Easy.
surrounded by a lot of talented hooers now.
Very talented
unfortunately. But I mean, it is genre-wise. I mean, music-wise. I mean, it must just come second nature to you because it's not. It's nothing compared to what you have to do with thrash metal.
no. Oh Jesus Christ, no, not even close. Like
And
it's
I don't know if we're allowed to say this on here. Is there the worst venue you've played at as a wedding band?
yes.
Yes.
I'm not going to say
Not
it.
going to say it.
But there is.
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
Stand out like.
Oh, a lot of them are in Cavan.
A lot of negative things are in Cavan now.
I can't say it because some people have booked us for them places, and I'm like, But no, a lot of them are fucking all shite. No
And
record.
can you remember the maddest wedding you've ever played? Like, where you think this is like a gig at the O2.
There was
Like
like
it's
a-
fucking.
There was like one wedding we played where like they had like a fiddler guy playing beforehand, and then they had like everything you can throw at a wedding. They had there was a fucking confectionery stand, there was fucking fireworks, there was this, that, and the other, and it wasn't local people. We didn't know anyone,
Right.
but it was genuinely like we were part of the wedding and we were guests and we just got up to play because they were lunatics from minute one, like,
Maybe.
and they were up. What was the thing the girls kept saying? Like the Black Velvet Band, right?
Uh-huh.
We nearly play it as a waltz, and everybody enjoys it.
Yeah.
It's a great song, but we played at that wedding in particular. Every line they had a response.
No way.
So and like her eyes is showing like diamond, blah 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 blah. The next line's about hair, and then we're going, "Tell us about her hair," and all this time I was like, "What the fuck?" Every fucking line had a response. I've never heard it. So now Niall, the singer in our band, like takes the piss out of that. Every time we sing it, he goes,
No way.
"Tell me about her hair," and then Liam fucking pisses him. Oh, that's brilliant.
Never knew there was a call.
I didn't know
I didn't know there was
either.
a call
I really
response to
didn't
fucking
know.
Black Velvet Band.
Black Velvet Band.
Well, there you are. Fucking hell.
They were mad people from fucking Armagh or something. They were class crack.
Maybe. And is what like? Are you allowed to say that? What's the maddest thing you've seen at a wedding? Can you tell us the second maddest thing you've seen? Because like you do weddings all over the north, isn't it? And you do in the south, obviously,
the south,
Cavan
yeah.
and Mullan.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've seen every venue there is that a
Every
wedding can
venue.
be held in.
Every venue.
and you've obviously dealt with couples as varied as you can be. So tell us, what is the maddest thing you've witnessed at a wedding? Without giving a destination or the people.
We've seen people break up at a wedding.
What, the bridegroom?
bridegroom?
Fuck off.
At a wedding. Their wedding.
At their own wedding.
At their own wedding. We've seen everything you can see because we don't do, like, we do the background in. We're not seeing the front door, like.
Right, yes.
We're seeing all the weird shit that's happening in the back. We're seeing the fucking...
The battle bins and all that.
Igor and all out the back smoking. That's what we see. And then you land in and everybody goes, oh, wedding. You have to be all, and you're like, oh, all right, class.
Yeah, you didn't come walking through a balloon arch.
Yeah. No. No. Maybe like dead pigeon arch or some shit. But no balloons, no. But no, it's, we see quite a bit.
Yeah. I love your face because you're just not going to tell us.
No, I'll tell you after. I've probably already told you. But no, we see a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And so the Rocket, by the way, just so we may as well give you a wee plug when you're on.
Thank
you may as well. So if you're getting married and you're going to get married, go and get the Rockets, or as in rock it out.
I heard you told jokes about this before. You told me that. You took the piss out of me the first day I told you what her name was. You went up on dailies and took the piss.
Probably.
That kid.
I remember doing a bit. I remember one time because Tom Stade was coming over to do dailies.
Uh-huh.
And I would lift him at the airport.
Right.
And Stade being Stade, like he's just a fucking a superstar, like obviously.
Mm-hmm.
In the comedy world. So he was like, hey Connor, do you mind if a buddy of mine comes along for the ride? I was like, yeah, okay, no problem. Who's that? He goes, you know Dan from Snow Patrol? And I went, no, I don't.
No of him.
I've heard of him. Do you mind? And I was like, no. One of the boys from Snow Patrol wants to go down the road. It's grand. So anyway, it didn't happen. He got a later flight or something, so he didn't need a lift. That was fine. So my thing on dailies was, it's so hard come from MoMA to deal with something like that. Where you're going like, do you know like Dan from Snow Patrol? It wasn't until I got him in the car and I was like, here, do you know Big Ronnie from the Rockets? That's the fucking level you need to be at. I don't know what it is about he's best friends with a drummer at Kasabian too for some fucking weird reason.
Really?
Oh, the two of them go fucking at it. Like proper sessions, like.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's just a rock and roll star. But I just can't compete, you know what I mean? Now I know Oscar from the Whistling Donkeys.
Who? I love Oscar. Everyone's taking the piss. I love him.
There's a bit of a drum fucking rivalry going on here. Is
Oh,
there?
not at all.
No.
He's way better than me.
At
drumming.
I seen him the other day actually, and I seen a clip of them playing somewhere. Do you have to do any techno beats? I see Oscar do some like they do that
they do
Maniac
that.
2000.
No, we don't.
You don't have to do any techno beats.
But
He's got I don't know what his symbol is. There's a weird fucking symbol he uses for the noise on it.
it's like an effect symbol.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's unreal. You should get one name from him.
I don't want one of them.
Is there no effect symbols in
I used to have an effect symbol and I broke the fucking thing because I'm a big thug. I had one of them really good EFX ones with the holes in them, and it was the best fucking symbol I ever had. And I cracked the fucking thing after 3 months. We used to play remember up in the Bot in Belfast every Saturday for 2 years.
Yeah, just any of the older people listening.
Anybody with a bit of age.
You may have seen this man in the Bot because you were the resident bar for or resident band on a Saturday night for
for 2 years.
2 years,
over 2 years. And then one day the boy from the Bot came to us and went, "Here, no, live music doesn't happen anymore, so we're still doing it." We went, "So we're playing tonight, right?" And he goes, "Oh no, I'll play tonight, but that's it."
Then you're done.
That was it.
Just over.
That's when we started doing the wedding thing.
Oh, right, okay.
From that day on.
Very good. There you are. So yes, you're out the rest of the year. Obviously, you're going to be flat out. There's loads of gigs coming up. Mm-hmm. The other thing we wanted to chat to you about was pints. We love pints.
Yes.
Me and you have met. Not often I get out, but when we do, there's usually a wee Sunday afternoon spash.
Correct.
We out early, home early. Is that right, Nev? Yep. See, Nev knows the crack. Now you were talking to Nev.
We had pints.
You had pints. Was Nev in good shape? Was he?
We were in fantastic shape. I never speak out of turn when it comes to pints.
That wasn't the question.
Everything was great.
So yes, there has been quite a few. So we're due one very soon.
We are due one.
There
So,
should be a
like,
rip coming out.
we've had, like we said, the reason the fucking podcast, not the reason, how it happened was because we were just chatting absolute brown in the fucking pub, having pints, and then that happened. But there's been many. Remember Artie McGlynn's Memorial Night?
Oh fucking hell!
That was one of the fucking best days. Like, that was just stand clear. Like,
Very-
easily 10 to 12 of the best musicians in Ireland were just in a bar at the same time, and just we're picking things up and starting to play them. You're going, what the fuck?
Fucking brilliant.
And they were all lit.
Yeah.
was matey.
That. Oh, do you remember that
The
fucking?
boy spun, now look at it.
That was after that, but do you remember the fucking Shaggy?
Yes. Oh, brilliant.
Now, in his defense, it's
That
not
was
his
so,
fault.
but it was like,
So Shaggy's like what? Shaggy's in his 60s, like, and he's just a fucking Hallion, and we love him. Like. And as Tyrone, if you were to draw somebody from Tyrone,
yep, Shaggy.
Owen O'Neill's your man, and just loves the crack and loves the pints, and he's always up, fucking up for.
The fucker can barely walk,
He can-
but he goes to the pub and complains about having to walk to the toilet because he's drank too many pints. That's how matey Shaggy is.
You can't. You couldn't fucking write this. So anybody that know, this was after a funeral, for the late Artie McGlynn, and as you say, all the musicians were all sort of there. We all went back, and so Shaggy is coming past the musicians, heading into the toilet, and the sesh is going like the trad music, the diddly dee music is fucking full whack. As he's walking past, somebody's like, "Oh, Shaggy," and he's like, "Oh, you fucking here's you," and that's all right. And he walks on into the toilets. As he goes into the toilet, he probably hasn't got his fucking trousers unzipped. The serious or the fast music stops
The sad song starts.
for a sad song
For a sad song.
in memorial.
A memorial. It's Artie McGlynn's funeral. One of the greatest musicians our country's ever produced. And everybody's very sad.
Very sad. And I do believe it was The Hills Above Drumquin. Maybe it might have been the song that was being played.
Yep.
Now, that's all it took. You're talking 30 seconds.
Easily.
That song, the live music stopped as Shaggy's walking in. They're good. So, your woman singing the song hasn't made it to the second line of the song. The whole place is hushed. And the fucking toilet doors barge open and Shaggy was like, "Well, you bunch of cunts." The whole place fucking I had to leave because I know the family and I didn't want to be showing disrespect, but it was such a fucking eruption from the toilets. I had to get the fuck up the stairs and out the back because I was like, they're going to think I am laughing at this.
But Shaggy's face when he realised, because he's a great guy, like.
Oh, he didn't
but his
mean any
face
harm.
when he realised that it's the sad part, and he's fucking and cunting the whole.
And I
place.
wouldn't mind how fucking lively and fast it was before as he was going into the toilets. You know, when he came out, it wouldn't have made everybody would have roared with him. He didn't know it was in the middle of the ballad moment.
Oh, but brilliant! That was
That
so
was,
brilliant.
and that's probably the last time I genuinely had. Do you know like that, like laughing at a funeral or laughing in really uncomfortable? I had to like physically move myself out of there because I couldn't, and I got up to that smoking area and I fucking wet myself with laughter, thinking of just the comedic timing of it and the fucking. It was just perfect. You couldn't have written a sketch.
It was
about
that far into the lament of the song where everybody was really like, "Aye, this is good memory," and then this fucking noise.
And the worst thing is, not everybody in the bar wanted the slow song.
No.
Everybody was sitting there going, "Oh, for fuck's
We were
sake,
made
have
to shut up,
We have
remember?
to shut up. You know, we have to be quiet now because there's a sad song." But then when that came in to break the fucking silence, I was like, "This is
man.
pure heaven."
It was absolutely brilliant.
So yeah, one of those moments. You probably had to be there. Let's be honest. Like, but
That was a good description.
it was a good description. Right, so we're going to get on. We did ask a few questions.
Oh,
Yeah, we asked our patrons. Thank you very much. So now, apologies because
these are all people who pay you.
I only pay us, not you, but they so we only got it up this morning. I only got the thing up once he answered his phone. So I apologize. We've only got 10 questions, so
That's
a
all
quick
right.
one.
That's
all
10.
right. Okay, first up, shout out to Dean. Hey lads, why does time go so much quicker the older you get? My mum always used to say that, but I never realised until I got a bit older. It's scary. 2 months off school used to seem like forever. Thanks as always. Listen.
Is it going to be like this? Am I going to have to answer existential questions? The whole, why isn't it just like,
we're just
what's your favourite Revenge of the Nerds film?
We're just
fucking like...
We're easing you in gently. That's all we're doing. This is a soft question. It does go a lot quicker when you're older. Though.
Belgium. I don't know. Bananas.
Belgium might be the answer.
Belgium.
There you are.
What's the answer in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? The number?
47.
47.
There we go. That's why it goes faster. 47. Should have started off with this question, probably.
Oh, fuck.
Morning, gents. Did you get any Easter eggs? Not really existential, but existential.
Oh, he did it. He did the thing with the egg, you know? No,
sorry.
but hold on.
Maggie's not here. Fuck off.
No. I have to make... So, my wife bought me an Easter egg, right?
Oh.
Wait a year.
No.
Like 2-3 weeks ago. And then, time, like your first question.
Mm-hmm. Time passed.
And I came home one day and my wife had bought herself an Easter egg. And I forgot to buy her an Easter egg.
So
She didn't shout. No,
Mm-hmm.
wait. She didn't shout.
Mm-hmm.
But she did that thing
Mm-hmm. That thing.
where she goes, "Oh, the Easter egg I bought me." She said that about 3 times now. So I probably owe her a fucking car or something shit now.
I got to buy her something.
I'm fucked, aren't
At least a 2-week holiday in Spain. Karen, I think at least everybody listening would agree a 2-week holiday would be suffice for such an hateful
Like, it was
cunt of a
so
boy.
stupid. We were
I was gonna
standing
call
in
you
the
a
shop.
boyfriend there. You're actually her husband.
I'm her husband. We were standing in the
That's
shop
your
like 2 weeks ago, and she goes, "Look at the size of them eggs." And I went, "They're big eggs, aren't they?" It's only like yesterday. I went, "Fuck, I'm dead."
You had to not give me a fucking out ring. Like.
What you don't have like stash
Well,
eggs or something?
Of course I do.
Oh, he does that.
Aye. And because Ruby has a love for Maltesers, we have about 300 Malteser eggs. Because everybody bought our Malteser egg. But none of them actually have Maltesers.
What do you mean?
They have Maltesers with a bar.
Oh, fuck that. No. See that?
Ruby's not impressed either.
I don't even want your egg.
Sorry, Karen, you're not getting it.
Wait for you, Karen.
You were nearly going to get an egg, but you didn't get it.
But she bought herself a lethal galaxy egg.
She didn't share them with you, did she?
I think she's gonna eat my egg too.
Lovely. Good. And in fairness, you probably fucking deserve that.
I do.
Right, well, lads, what's the most disturbing movie murder that's still hard to watch? The one in Bone Tomahawk where they chop a fella in 2 long ways balls first will forever stay with me.
Very descriptive.
Very descriptive.
Is it because of the balls or because the person was?
I
the
think balls first, isn't it? Because, I mean, realistically, if they started from the top of your head down to your balls, you wouldn't feel it by the time you got the balls.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I'd rather have it the other way, top to bottom.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Do you know what sticks with me? And I think it is 7.
Yeah.
And I
The
think
dude?
it's
The dude?
the spaghetti, you know? That one is bad, maybe because I always had the fear that, fuck, what if they find me with just the stomach ripped open from eating too much Monster Munch and shiting in the bucket, you know what I mean? That's the fear that I would have. The sex with the yeah, that's...
fuck. I remember seeing that in the cinema, man, and that dude,
even though it doesn't show it,
is out, and it doesn't show anything.
His acting's just
he's unreal,
unbelievable, because you can feel
He's
that
distraught,
pain. Like, yeah. And I don't really watch horror films, and they're not really my cup of tea. Like I can watch them, but I don't really. So I know you're well into the fucking.
But the one that
serious horror stuff.
always gets me, like will always get me, is the start of the original Halloween. Find out that the person killing the sister is young Michael Myers. Just a kid standing there with a knife. It's like one of the most striking images in cinema I've ever seen.
It is actually. I mean,
but it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's aged, but it's still brilliant.
Yeah, still good. And the music as well. Everything about
Brilliant.
it.
Like everything works in that film.
I can't think of any other. There's some really
TV, fucking Sopranos.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Has to be like.
Oh,
like that's still. I can't watch that fucking scene.
It's hard to.
It's really hard.
It's so graphic in the way it's done.
It's so graphic you don't see anything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's
like she's crawling along the fucking leaves and he's just boom.
You can just feel it like completely. Yeah. Who else have we got? There was. I always like. I know some of the likes of the Scream movies of all, like they're sort of the slasher type thing. Mm-hmm. But horror stuff in general, unless it's like a human doing it, I'm not really interested. You know, if it's zombies or if it's monsters or, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Human on human, maybe that's because I can relate and go, oh fuck, that could happen to you. But what do you think is what's your favorite horror film?
Horror film, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Always,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in my top 5 all-time films.
right?
Like, it's fucking in there. I have 2 horror films in my top 5. I'm a dick.
You're a dick. What's the other one?
Evil Dead 2.
Ooh, good shit.
Evil Dead 2 is lethal.
That is good, actually. I was on the other day, actually. Seen them at the end of it.
Yeah, on Sky Grit. Me and
Aye,
Karen did the
Sky,
same.
yeah.
Sky Grit's had it on. I mean, Karen's just sat listening to me going, no, but you don't understand, Karen. Like, poor fucking woman. Hey, no Easter eggs. And
No,
not
Easter
listening
egg.
to
I was
me.
listening to you talk about Evil Dead 2. Fuck me, per cutty. I might want to go and see. That's a form of abuse, like. Right. So much, yes. So much,
So
yes.
much, yes.
Just in response to me saying that you were coming along. Best of the best times, deck chair and Yumz. Morning, lads. My question is, I guess, loosely based on both your endeavours. With all the shite that's happening of late, is it wrong to retreat to the comfy chair and rewatch your top 10 of all time? Also, Ro, when you're next in the morns, give me a shout and we can get a pint of the good stuff. Also, peeps, get best of best back ASAP. Good luck. Right, that's Dave.
Who's that dude? Dave. He's a good lad.
So yes, is it wrong to retreat to the comfy chair and rewatch your top
No.
10 of all time?
No.
No, it's not wrong. It's just something I long for.
You
I would
probably.
love to do that. You probably do it every fucking weekend. You hear?
Probably. See, I get to come home late at night from playing a wedding.
Yeah,
You get to come home late at night, and then you got to get up at fucking
yeah.
retarded o'clock to fucking
4
sort
hours.
out life.
About 4 hours later, yeah.
I get to come home, man.
We
And I
don't-
get to sit up for like 2 hours, watch match of the day,
Yeah.
watch a film, watch a TV show.
No, we
'Cause
get
I
up.
have- I have
we
a
get up.
lovely
we don't,
wife.
we don't call it retarded clock. We just call it Ruby time. But it's
Connor,
what? What?
you're fucking. Fuck you.
I wasn't gonna leave that just hanging, like, you know what I mean.
Are we going to address that your wife thinks me and you're gay?
She has thought that for long. She thinks Mickey's gay too. I think maybe she's trying to tell me she's gay.
Maybe it's just you're gay. How come everybody you're around is gay? It's you're gay.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not anything wrong with that, but I remember her. I think it came about because me and Mickey talked about this. I remember playing Gay Chicken,
What?
like Gay Chicken. You know, when you would pretend to go and kiss somebody to see who'll back out first, and then
No, Connor. No.
yeah,
You've just went up to try to kiss men.
no,
And made up a fucking name for a thing.
We talked about it before. Gay Chicken. Mickey. I didn't know there was a name for it. We just did it. So basically, you're So me and Paddy McDonough. So.
You just walked up to men, pretended to
walk
kiss them, and then walked away, and then went, "Oh,
No,
gay
there
chicken?"
would be a round table job.
What?
That sounds bad. We'd be around the table at a pub or something, and they'd be joking or whatever, and then I would
That
like,
was a new name for.
I wouldn't. That should be a new name. For it. And I would like, I don't care. I was very, very confident in my sexuality, so it didn't bother me to do that. But then I forgot what the perception would be. Now I also was plucking my eyebrows at the time, so that didn't help matters as either. So, what? Are you fucking homophobic now?
No,
Against
you were
eyebrows?
plucking your fucking eyebrows
Yeah.
and trying to kiss men.
Yeah, but
And I've just said your wife thinks me and you're gay, and you've just said, no, I'm completely gay.
no idea.
And my wife always knew it.
No. You see, this is the thing.
Gay
you know,
chicken? What the fuck are you talking about, gay chicken?
Well, I never lost put to get. You know what I mean?
You lost it today, boy.
Now, in fairness, Paddy McDonough never lost either. So questionable.
Saw Paddy the other day. He's looking
Questionable.
well. He's looking well.
Haven't seen him in a while, but anyway.
You'd like him now?
Paddy.
You'd like him better.
He was a good looking lad now. But yeah, so then maybe that's what set my wife off
Maybe.
on this quest to find out how gay I was. As early as not long after my 18th birthday, we were out for a night out. And we went to what is now McCann's, but was then the Hill 16. That's how long ago it was.
Oh, yeah.
And the crack just wasn't good. Me and you just weren't feeling it.
Aye.
And I mean the crack. And so I says, you fuck it, we'll go back to the flat, sip tins, and talk about the Star Wars episode in peace.
Yeah.
And we went back to the flat and did exactly that.
Yeah.
Drank tins, talked about Star Wars, talked about movies in general. in burst my wife with 3 of her friends. With a look that I didn't quite know what it was at the time, but it was a look of, I think, disappointment. Because she strongly, firmly believed that me and you had left the bar to go back to the flat, and I assume in her mind to do a little bit of bumming. Foot turn. When she burst in and you were going, no, but Tatooine's atmosphere.
That's exactly what I was saying.
And I was like, going, aye, but I don't think so. How could R2-D2 fucking make it that far? That was when she realised, oh no, I'm with a nerd.
They're just idiots. They're just big fucking idiots. Yeah. Who would leave a bar with 4 fucking women in it to go to a fucking flat to talk about Tatooine's atmosphere and why R2-D2's steel protective covering would probably have rusted?
Here.
Us? These fucking idiots?
Valid fucking questions in all fairness.
Oh, well, no.
So maybe that's why you should make that. But no, it is not wrong to rewatch your top 10. Have you done that? Have you done that in recent times? Rewatched your top 10?
To be honest with you,
Does it change? Like mine's changes like
mine changes a bit. A few jump in and out, but they never get too far away from.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
they're always there.
they're always there. Somebody tried to argue with me yesterday that The Godfather Part 1 is much more superior than Godfather Part 2.
Much more superior?
Oh, and he was fucking adamant.
Well, I don't know. That's a bold statement, isn't it? That's a bold statement. Right. Anyway, Ronan, who do you think Connor likes best out of you and Mickey?
Mickey? No. I like Mickey better than you.
No, who do you think Connor
No, but I like
likes?
Mickey better. I'm just telling you that.
All right, that's all right. We'll stick it up your shite hole. I didn't even,
Oh, no. Don't forget. Look at him there.
Don't even like you anymore. It's you can't. It's like choosing your which one of your children do you love most. It's not possible. Well, actually, it is. But that's
I was like, you had answered that question before you'd even said it. So
I said it. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be Mickey, isn't it? Right.
You might have to go fight for me. Like, you might have to say something more. Bastard.
Right. Well, Ronan, I saw you for the first time supporting Connor in the Limelight late last year.
What?
You're a big unit person. So I'm wondering, what's the funniest story you have of someone with drink in, wits out, trying to have a go? P.S. Connor, check the Patreon DMs for something that might interest you. I then pointed out that it's the wrong Ronan. So they thought it was Ronan Boyle. But just, we may as well. Kevlar, we're going to get your question asked anyway. So what's the funniest story you have of someone with drink in, wits out, trying to have a go?
Like somebody trying to fight someone or something?
I don't know if he means trying to have a fight, or if, I think he's talking to a comedian. Does he mean somebody trying to be a comedian? So you wouldn't really have experience of that. Has anybody ever walked up to you in the middle of a wedding going, here, let me have a go?
Yes.
Get the fuck.
Yes. It happens all the time. Nevin's nodding his head too. It happens all the fucking time.
Not to a drummer?
To everyone. People walk up to me. People walk up to me at the side of the stage to talk to me. And I have in-ears in, and I'm the only fucker that can't move. I can't go left or right. And they go, here, what about you? And you're going, what? I can't hear you. I can't fucking, I don't know what. One boy, we were playing a Christmas party night in the Birches in Oma. And 2 boys who were, sir.
Oh, aye, sir.
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 They were, yes, boss. They were underhand smoking balls. They were them boys. They were standing with the boots on, trying to get up on the stage. One of them was egging on, the other hands in the pocket. And he was giving it the full gun balls. Gun balls. Now this is behind our keyboard player, Paul. So Paul's like, so I'm watching them, but he can't turn around because he's fucking.
Yeah.
But if he turned around, he'd see 2 boys giving it the. So I'm giving it the boys. Fuck up, no, and they're going. Fucking boy, there, he can see what we're doing there, boss. He can see. They were trying to get up on the stage.
To do what?
To just be up on the stage.
Oh, holy fuck.
And this was the highlight of their night. Why? Luckily, Liam Donnelly saw them and just walked over and gave it the proper rancher. Fuck off.
Like, as any good bass player would do.
Fuck off. And he just and then he just walked on back. Everything grand. But I watched it for a good 15 minutes. And the whole time I'm going, at some point, these boys are going to go, what a waste of time. Let's just go back over to where we are and have a good drink with our friends. But no.
Let's stay here and try. Yeah. Oh, alcohol. Love
yeah.
You. Right. Paddy Nash, what's up, Paddy Nash? What films do you think deserve a sequel? That's a good one, actually.
What film deserves a sequel? Beetlejuice.
Oh, good shout there.
Because they remember I was talking to you about, they were meant to do Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. Remember that was going to be the sequel? And like they had it developed and all, and it just went to fuck. But like Michael Keaton playing fucking Beetlejuice
That would
again.
be fucking amazing,
I'd love to see that.
yeah. I don't know what deserves a sequel. There's like I've never watched the end of a movie and went, oh, I wish there was another follow-on to that.
Yeah, if it's that good,
finished,
it's
if that good,
good.
it's that good. Yeah. I know there's maybe some sequels that should have been remade or shouldn't have been made in the first place, but they could be redone. But yeah, Titanic, maybe you could do a sequel. Passion of the Christ 2 would be good.
What? Like fucking what?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know our sequels that should have been deserved.
Do you know what was the worst fucking idea of all time? I know redoing Roadhouse is a really bad idea.
Bad idea.
But why did they remake Point Break?
I don't know why.
Did you watch it?
No, I couldn't.
What an extraordinary piece of shit.
I couldn't do it.
Like, it just makes no fucking sense.
No.
To a film that doesn't seem to be aging, although a lot of classic films are aging, it still looks good.
Fucking yeah, and it still works.
Why would you ever touch that film?
Give me 2, Utah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's such a fucking classic, and I mean, was it Bigelow? Was it Catherine Bigelow?
Yeah.
So it was. She directed it too. So you've got that, and then Swayze and Reeves. I mean, and Busey. I mean, what
Busey's the fucking
more do you
man.
need, like? Yeah, that is so. Them reboots, remakes, like what was it they called it? A requel.
A requel?
A requel. So if you watched, which I know you wouldn't have,
Shit.
Scream 5 or whatever one came out there. This
Oh
was,
man, did I tell you this?
They went into like a full like this is what a requel is. A reboot's this, a remake's
But
this,
no,
but
it
a
can't be,
requel's
like-
this. And I was like, what? This is fucking stupid.
Do come into McCann's Bar. McCann's Bar is getting a wild shout out today.
McCann's, yeah, if you want to sponsor the podcast, let us know.
Do come into McCann's. Boy, we know. You know. He knows. We all know.
Uh-huh.
And he was having serious conversations about film with one of the boys, like. And he goes, one of the best films I've ever seen. And everybody was going, like, you go through the memory banks and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going, you're hitting all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
classic notes.
Yeah.
Saw 6. Saw 6.
Was
Not
it-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now,
6.
I'm going to ask, was it Mickey Bartlett?
No, it wasn't Mickey Bird.
Who came on best in the best with Fast and Furious
Fast and
5?
Furious 5. Fast 5.
Fast 5. Saw 6. I haven't
Saw
seen it, I have to
6?
say. No, maybe
I had no idea.
Maybe
it
it-
surpassed 3, 4,
maybe it finally
6.
found its groove at that stage. I know that's where Police Academy stopped. That's where it kind of got down after the Miami debacle of 5.
Oh yeah, that's a
Then Moscow was too much.
Moscow went too far.
Went too far, literally and figuratively.
You can't make a police academy these days.
No, fuck, you couldn't make a Police Academy. Not allowed to.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
I'd love a police academy, but you can't make that shit.
No. Right, okay. So thank you to everybody sends in questions. Thank you to Mr. Ronan Emmett Mullan for joining us today on the well, some people have called it the porn casting couch. But
Oh, really? Oh,
oh
God.
yeah. That's why it's leather. But thank you very much for coming along. Thanks
Thank
for
you
being our
for having me,
guest.
man. It was
And
good crack.
hopefully we'll be back in soon with the best of the best episode. We will be back next week with another guest. I can't remember who it is, but it's somebody. We will put up the questions earlier this time. We'll be on the ball. Shout out to the Rockets if you are getting married or you know nobody getting married. Give the guys a shout. You're probably going to have to wait for fucking 2 years to get them, but sure. Hey.
Hey,
When you're
Is
big,
what it is, like.
when you're big, you're big. Like, you know what I mean?
well,
You know, well, I know. Right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to Nev, as always. And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.